Hello and welcome to What's Up Stratford. I'm your host, Peter Maranger. Joining me and starting our Zoom show is Rahul Singh. He's the Executive Director from GlobalMedic. Rahul, thank you so much for joining me today.
Hey, thanks for having me on.
So let's start off before we do the Stratford connection. You were Time Magazine's most influential people in the world. How did that come about?
Yeah, actually, to clarify it, I think I was on the fattest and baldest list, like the top 100 globally. No, I'm kidding. They run a list every year, the Time 100. So it was 2010. We were back in Haiti, and we were in the Dominican Republic. Our team was going to cross into Haiti for the earthquake. A group of reporters jumped into the convoy. One of them happened to be a Time Magazine reporter. There was a New York Times reporter there. There was someone from Life Magazine. There was a whole bunch, and they ended up following our convoy in to Haiti. They were really following us because they wanted to get across. And then, of course, because Haiti was so insecure and devastating earthquake, just carnage everywhere. And then, of course, looting, rioting, people guns out on the streets. These folks wanted to stay safe, so they stayed with us. And then they watched us do our work, set up the field hospitals, get people clean drinking water, distribute food, just get tens of thousands of people care. And then one of the reporters nominated me. It was very nice of her. I mean, stuff like that, it's very good. It's good for the agency. And it just really speaks accolades of the work that the people at GlobalMedic do. So.
Well, thank you very much. Okay, Stratford, the Rotary Club of Stratford, your connection with them is through the Aquabox program. How does that connect with GlobalMedic?
Yeah, so just before that Haiti earthquake, we'd worked with the Rotary Club at Stratford, and they have this Aquabox program. And over the years, it was designed to get people clean drinking water. So we've partnered together. We've taken Aquaboxes in the past. We've come back and said, listen, these are ways to improve your Aquabox model. Over the years, we've done things to lower our costs, right? Because when we can lower costs, it means we can get more people water purification units, which means more families get clean water and kids don't die of stupid diseases like cholera, really preventable diseases. So over the years, Rotary's really helped us out. So they've raised money, but then they've gone that step beyond, right? They'll host events in Stratford where volunteers will come out, they'll drill buckets, they'll do assembly, they'll put together these kits, and those are the very same kits that we bring back into our warehouse, that we put onto aircraft, fly around the world. We put into sea containers, get them around the world from as far away as Mozambique to as nearby as Haiti. And we save people's lives because we ensure families have access to clean water. So the partnership is, developed well over a decade. We've literally helped tens of thousands of families in need by getting them clean water together. And it's great to see the community in Stratford pull together and really enhance and augment our model.
Now, your head office is in Toronto, but you're even doing some stuff more local as it relates to COVID, and you're setting up medic tents, for lack of a better word. Can you give us some reflection on that, please?
Yeah, so we run a really big food insecurity program here in Canada, where we have people packing food aid that we put out. So we do over 1 million pounds a year. We'd be the third largest food bank in the city of Toronto, to give you an example of the scale. Then we've also deployed big, giant military field shelters as tents that are used as vaccination clinics. So we've got a bunch of them that were up to keep food banks open, and now a bunch of them that are up and being used to vaccinate folks. Some of them are being used to vaccinate, immigrants and refugees, the undocumented folks that just don't have insurance coverage. But I mean, if you don't get these essential workers and they work frontline jobs, if you don't get them vaccinated, and we somehow think we're safe as a society if our front line isn't, it's just crazy. So we do that. Then our volunteers are out supporting different clinics. 2 months back, we got about 100,000 people vaccinated in the month. That just gives you an example of the capacity. And of course, we're full on in dose 2, and we're always hitting the hot spots. So every single day, GlobalMedic members are out there getting people vaccinated.
Now, GlobalMedic, talking about 100,000 in 1 month, you have, is it 2,800 volunteers? And how do you even coordinate all of that?
Yeah, so we've got a few thousand volunteers. I'd say we've got over 3,000 now. The coordination is fascinating because, the old days would be a whole bunch of phone calls, which would just drive us insane. And now it's more automation. There's apps, we post, and then, people put it's the newer generation. I wouldn't even understand half these apps, but that really helps us. And it really comes down to leadership. We'll have a team lead at the site telling folks what to do. And then it's just people are driven by the mission, right? They want to get there and help. And we put them in a place where they can succeed. The leadership tells them what they're doing, and then they help. And most importantly, people get vaccinated.
Well, Rahul, thank you very much for joining me. Thank you very much for the incredible work that GlobalMedic is doing locally and also obviously globally. Thank you so much.
Thanks to Stratford for supporting us.